Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Behind the Rink. I am your host, Hunter, and I'm very glad to have you all here. So, in this episode, I'm kind of going to touch on why I created Behind the Rink or what Behind the Rink is, and I'm going to share a little bit about me. So, my name is Hunter. I'm your host, and I'm the creator and founder of Behind the Rink. I am 20 years old, and I'm from Vernon, British Columbia, Canada. So I've grown up around hockey my whole life. First time I fell in love with hockey, I was probably 5 or 6 years old, and I can't remember if this was the Stanley Cup final with Vancouver against Boston or just one of the playoff games. But I remember distinctly I was making my mom made us these really cheesy shirts. I don't remember what they said on them, but I believe mine had Luongo or Henrik Sedin on it and something about me loving them. And I think that's my favorite memory from loving hockey. Um, and I remember just sitting in front of that screen and just seeing everyone around me cheering and happy and having fun, and then seeing the players on the screen, and I just fell in love with hockey. And I've been obsessed with it ever since. Um, I go to every single junior game in my town, so the Vernon Vipers, who are absolutely amazing, by the way. I love them. And yeah, so I'm always around hockey. It's my passion. It's something I could talk about for probably hours on end and not shut up about it. You could ask anybody who knows me. But I didn't create Behind the Rink because I love hockey. I created Behind the Rink to bring awareness to the side of hockey that people don't see. The side that at the end of the day is not very pretty. It's the side that carries a lot of weight, a lot of pressure, some mental health struggles, things that players don't talk about, and things you don't see from the stands. For those of you who don't know, the stereotype in hockey is to tough it out. And I'm a firm believer in that needs to stop. Because as someone who struggled with my own mental health issues, if you don't ask for help or you don't talk about your struggles, it's not healthy. It sends you to a really bad place. Believe me, I've been there. I've not talked to anyone about it, and it sent me to a horrible place. I spent some time in the hospital, and I'm doing a lot better now, but if I had never asked for help, I don't know where I'd be today. And so I created Behind the Rink to create a community where players feel valued and safe enough to talk about their struggles. Because at the end of the day, you are your most important person. You and your mental health are more important than anything else. And so I want to create a community where that's normal. And I want to also have these discussions become normal in hockey because I don't want to keep seeing players struggle and nobody really knows about it, right? Nobody wants to see that. And we don't want to lose players either. There has been a few instances where players have committed suicide in hockey, and Rick Rippon happened when I was about 6 years old. And obviously, at 6 years old, you don't know what suicide is. I just knew somebody died. But when I got older and I started seeing people like Carey Price stepping out of the league for mental health issues, that's when I realized that it was a problem. And that's when this idea kind of started spiraling. And it took until now for me to be able to start this podcast. It took a lot of planning, and there still is a lot of planning to do. However, I'm really excited to do this with you guys, and I'm really hoping that we can create a good community. And I can't wait to get to know all of you. So, with that being said, April 2nd, I'm going to have a very special guest on the podcast. I'm very excited to hear his story, and I really hope that we can get a new perspective on hockey from him. And yeah, so through interviews, through stories, all these things, I'll bring you guys kind of behind the scenes to show you kind of the side of hockey you don't know about, or you might know about. I'm not too sure who's a big hockey fan on here, but whether you are a diehard fan like me, you're brand new to the game, welcome to Behind the Rink. Everyone's welcome here. And I also will be shedding light on the people behind the players that also are very important to the game. So that's coaches, equipment managers, billets, parents, sisters, girlfriends, brothers, sisters, volunteers, really anyone who's involved within the sport, right? Anybody that helps make hockey hockey. Because without the people behind it, we wouldn't have hockey, right? So, yeah. I really appreciate you guys tuning in for this episode, and I will have the next one up hopefully in a couple weeks. And then April 2nd, like I said, I will have a very special guest. And so I'm very excited to have him on here. And yeah, I can't wait to get to know all of you guys. And I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. This is Hunter Behind the Rink, signing off.